Hi everyone, welcome to the video. In the previous video we learned about the living world. We learned a few topics of the living world. Now this is the second part of the video. So we will be dealing with the remaining topics of the living world. So under that, first we shall discuss the taxonomic categories. Now we have learned that there are millions of species in in the biodiversity, and in order to learn or in order to have a detailed study of the species, we need to categorize them into certain taxas. So only then we will be able to study the species and their characteristics in detail. Now for this, we will be categorizing, or we will be grouping the different species into categories. So that is what we discuss in taxonomic categories. Now each step in the classification process indicates a rank or category. This category is part of taxonomic arrangement and hence it is known as taxonomic category. Okay, now in the classification process, each step that we do in the classification process, or each unit of the classification, we call it as a rank or category, or we can call it as taxon. Now since this categorization is a part of taxonomic arrangement, we call it as taxonomic category. Now all these categories together we call it as taxonomic hierarchy. The categories together we can call it as taxonomic hierarchy. Now each rank or unit of classification we call it as taxon. Okay, for example, insects. Insects indicates a category of organisms. Now insects can be considered as a rank or category, and hence the insects can be considered as a taxon. Now we can arrange the organisms into groups. Each group indicate a category. The category is known as a rank or a taxon, and this taxon is the unit of classification. Now the lowest category will be the species. Okay, now let's see how we are going to categorize. So we will categorize organisms with similar characteristics into a species. Different species will form a genus. Different genus will form a family. The families together, they will form order. Different orders will produce a class. Different classes will produce a phylum or division. In case of animals, we call it as phylum. In case of plants, we will call it as division. Now, different phylums will form a kingdom. Okay. So the lowest category or the lowest taxon is known as species. Now as we move from species to kingdom, we see that the similarities in organisms decreases. For species, we will see that, for example, Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens is a species. Homo sapiens is a scientific name of human beings. Now we know that all the human beings, they share similar characteristics. Different species, they will constitute a genus. Now, when we compare the similarities in species and genus, we will find that the similarities decreases as we move from species to genus. Again, when we move from genus to family, the characteristics again decreases. That means the similarities decreases as we move from species to kingdom. Now let's discuss each of the headings individually. So first we shall discuss what is species. Species means group of individual organisms with fundamental similarities is known as a species. Now let's see certain examples. Mangifera indica. So Mangifera indica is the scientific name of mango. So mango is a species. Now Solanum tuberosum. Solanum tuberosum is the scientific name of potato. Potato is a species. Panthera leo. Panthera leo is the scientific name of lion, and lion indicates a species. So it's very important to learn the scientific names for exam point of view. So you may be asked questions such as what is the scientific name of mango, or Mangifera indica is the scientific name of which species. Okay. Now, each genus may have one or more specific epithet. That means lion will indicate a single species, that is Leo is a species name, but Panthera can indicate one or two species. Okay, for example, Panthera tigris. Now here we can see Panthera tigris, Panthera leo. So here the genus name is same, Panthera, but they are different species. Panthera leo means it indicates lion. Panthera tigris means it indicates tiger. Okay, that means one genus name can have one or more specific epithet. So Panthera tigris is the scientific name of tiger. Now Solanum. Okay, Solanum can be a genus name for two species, that is Nigrum and Melongena. Okay. Homo sapiens. So I said already Homo sapiens, it is a scientific name of human being. So Homo sapiens indicates a species. Here Homo is the genus name. Sapiens is the specific epithet. So this is what species is. Now let us see what is genus. Genus means it is an aggregate of closely related species. So here you will find different species having some relation. Now here potato and brinjal, they come under the genus name called Solanum. Okay. Then lion, leopard, tiger. So these three species, they come under a common genus called Panthera. For lion, we call it as Panthera leo. The scientific name of leopard is Panthera pardus. The scientific name of tiger is Panthera tigris. Now cats, they come in a different genus, that is Felis. Cats come under a genus known as Felis. Now let's move on to the next topic, that is family. So different genus together, they will constitute the family. So family means the basis of forming a family means a basis of both vegetative and reproductive feature of plant species in case of plants. Now here we have seen certain examples, that is Solanum, Petunia and Datura. These three genus, they come under the family known as Solanaceae. Okay. Then Panthera and Felis. Panthera and Felis. Felis indicates the cats. They come under a family known as Felidae. Whereas the dogs, they come under a different family known as Canidae. Now come to order. Okay, order indicates aggregate of characters. Now in this order we can see Convolvulaceae and Solanaceae, they come under the order name Polymoniales, and it is based on floral characteristics. Felidae, Canidae, these two families, they come under the order known as Carnivora. So we know what is carnivores and omnivores. Carnivores means those that feed on meat, meat for food. They are known as carnivores. So Felidae, that means cat family, and dog family, they come under the order known as Carnivora. Okay. So I'm not explaining these orders detail here, because in the next chapter we will learn all the kingdoms, all the 5 kingdoms, their order, family, we will be learning in detail. So here I'm just saying some of the examples. I'm just pointing out some of the examples. So you, for exam point of view, it's very important to learn this. Okay, because Convolvulaceae and Solanaceae, they come under the order name known as Polymoniales. Felidae and Canidae, they come under the order known as Carnivora. So it's important to learn these examples. Next we have class. Okay, under class we have, see, order Primata. This includes monkeys, gorillas and gibbons. Then order Carnivora. Okay, they includes Felidae, Canidae, means cats, then the lion, tiger, all this comes under order Carnivora. Now these two orders, they can be classified, they will come under a single class known as Mammalia. That means all these organisms, they are mammals. Okay. So different orders will come under a single class. Here order Primata, order Carnivora, they comes under a single class known as Mammalia. That means they are all mammals. Now phylum, next one is phylum. So phylum, we'll call it that will use the term phylum in case of animals. In case of plants, we will use the term division. Okay, so it's very important. In case of animals only, we will use the term phylum. In case of plants, we will use the term known as division. Now here, Fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, mammals, they all come under a single phylum, and this classification is based on the presence of notochord and dorsal hollow neural system. So all this, they come under the phylum chordata. Okay, chordates, they are all chordates. Now I will explain all this in the next chapter. Okay, that is why I'm just pointing out only the examples. We shall learn detail in the next chapter about the phylum chordates and all that, and what is notochord. We shall learn all this in the next chapter. Now, as I said, in case of plants, we will call it as division. Now, kingdom. So we know that there is a plant kingdom, animal kingdom. So we have learned. So we have different kingdoms. Basically, we will be learning here kingdom Animalia and kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Animalia means animal kingdom. Kingdom Plantae means plant kingdom. So, group of phylums will form the animal kingdom. Group of divisions will form the plant kingdom. Now, as I said already, as we go from species to kingdom, the number of similar characteristics will decrease. That means same species will have more characteristics in similar. Same genus, in case of genus, the characteristics will decrease compared to species. Again, when we will go to order, again the characteristics will decrease. Again, when we will go to class, again the characteristics will decrease. That means as we are moving from species to the kingdom, we will see that the characteristics or the similar characteristics, they will go on decreasing. Now here, let's see some of the examples. For man, the species name or the scientific name is Homo sapiens. Homo indicates a genus, belongs to Hominidae family, to Primata order, class is Mammalia, phylum Chordata. Housefly, scientific name is Musca domestica. Musca is the genus name. Muscidae, that is the family name. Diptera order, Insecta is a class, Arthropoda phylum. Mango, which is Mangifera indica. Mangifera is a genus name. Then Anacardiaceae, that is the family. Then Sapindae, it's the order. Dicotyledon class. Angiospermia, it's a division. For wheat, Triticum aestivum. Triticum is a genus name. Oaceae, this is the family name. Then Poles, that's the order name. Monocotyledon class. Angiospermia, division. Now let's move on to our next topic, that is taxonomic aids. Now what are the taxonomic aids? That means this includes the preservation of plants and animals for the purpose of further research and study. So we have certain taxonomic aids. The first one is herbarium. So it includes plant specimens which are dried, pressed and preserved on sheets. So here we will use plant specimens that will be dried and it will be pressed and preserved on sheets. So for this we will be using herbarium sheets. So the sheets on which we preserve the plant specimen, it is known as herbarium sheet. The herbarium sheet will carry labels that will provide information about the date and place of collection, about the English, local and the botanical names. So this herbaria, it acts as a quick referral system for plant specimens. Now we have botanical gardens. So botanical gardens means collection of living plants. Okay. Now these are the names of some famous botanical gardens. That is Kew Botanical Garden. It is situated in England. Then Indian Botanical Garden, situated in Howrah. National Botanical Research Institute, situated in Lucknow. The next taxonomic aid is museum. Here we will find preserved plants and animal species. Here the specimens, we can store the specimens in different ways. Either we can preserve in containers or jars with the help of preserving solution, or we can also keep dry specimens. In case of insects, we have insect boxes. So in these boxes we will find insects which are killed and pinned. Then large animals, they will be preserved in the form of or like we will stuff them and then we will preserve them. Then the museum also contain collection of skeletons. So we know that if we visit certain museums, we can see the skeletons of dinosaurs, of the animals which have been extinct. Now, based on the skeletons, we can say that what might have been the shape of those animals. The next one is zoological parks. So you know what is a zoological parks? Here we keep animals. They are kept in protected environment. Then we have key. So key, it is based on contrasting characters, generally in a pair called couplet. Okay. So here the choice is made between two opposite options and one is accepted and the other one is rejected. Now apart from the above stated, we also have, so each statement in a key, that is known as a lead. The keys here are analytical in nature. Now, apart from the above mentioned aids, we also have flora. It indicates the actual account of habitat and distribution of plants of a given area. Then manuals, it indicates the identification of names of species in an area. Then monograph, it gives an information on a single taxon. Okay. Now, Ernst Mayr. So this question, they are being asked in many competitive exams, especially NEET exams. So Ernst Mayr is known as the Darwin of the 20th century. Now, if you are asked who is known as the Darwin of the 20th century, your answer is Ernst Mayr. So that was all about the living world. So we have completed all the topics associated with the living world. If you have any doubts, you can mention in the comment box. And also, if you find this video useful, please like, share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.